This video specifically is going to be about the sacrifice as an individual that you have to make in order to get into the position that you want to be in, right? And this was something early on for me that made me change so fast, and it helped me get success that I think I still, like, if I still did everything, it wouldn't have worked unless I did this. And I attribute it to like my really rapid ability to find people, get help from people, have people take risks on me and all that stuff, by like essentially relying on other people in a way, but the right people, because people are gonna make or break your entire journey, right? Throughout my journey, and we're getting real transparent here, I have, my biggest moments have come from other people. So when I met Dom Baptist, he taught me GoHighLevel. And then when I was inside of his program, there was a guy inside of his program who connected me to Dom Baptist. Then I essentially started learning GoHighLevel, and then I went to my school. The lady at my school, I built a relationship with her, and she ended up essentially giving me like a $1,500 a month contract to give the students high level, which then paid all my expenses. Then somebody at the school put me in the magazine, the UC News, for it, right? And then I went to Dom Baptist with this, like a few months later, and I was like, look, I'm one of your best students. Like, I'd love to, become cool with you, chill, figure if we could do something, work in each other's like favor. And he said yes. Then he promoted me and allowed me to promote myself in his group. Then I was invited to the GoHighLevel Summit to speak as a speaker, even though I was one of the lowest affiliates. And that opportunity was granted to me by somebody in the affiliate program I met through Dom, right? And then like just everything that I have gotten in that has like led to me being able to like prove myself or have a background or experience was all from me like taking risks and putting myself out there with other people. And when I always try and isolate and just rely on myself, then that's when nothing gets done. Nobody hears me. Nobody knows of me. There's no way I can talk to the metaverse, right? Like if I'm not interacting with people, right? So that's one of the reasons I started this group as well, is because like if all else fails, like I have people I'm interacting with that are close to me and what I'm doing, right? And so like people have been pretty much everything for me, and you have to be in a way to where you're making people look good as well, right? You're not just using people. When the school gave me that opportunity, it looked good for the entrepreneurship program. They had people doing outdated businesses, AI was popping off. I was a young student already involved on campus in the cryptocurrency club. They wanted me purely because they had a budget for it, and it made the school look good. It made the program look good. Why did they put me in the news article? Because it made me look good, it made them look good. Why did GoHighLevel put me up there? Because it made them look good from me coming from Dom Baptist. Why did Dom let me, promote inside of his program and nobody else had 10,000 plus people? Because it made him look good. So there was always a option for like success with both parties, right? And in order to do that, there is like a certain stage where you have to acquire a high level skill set, right? And for me, it was like GoHighLevel at first in Zapier. And that allowed me to like still provide value. I didn't have an audience. I didn't have anything, right? Except like the ability to like make other people look good in a way. So I didn't necessarily fake it till you make it. I created friends until I made it. And then at some point, I was just one of these people, and I could reach out to other people with thousands of followers, and they would also reach back out, right? So like you can only rely on yourself so much. But then this also brings in the piece of there are some people that you will run into that will kind of trick you into this. And you need to watch out for this, because this could also set you back when you end up finding people that or are around people that are the wrong people, right? So throughout this journey, there were some mentors I took on that were the wrong people. I didn't find out till later, until I was burned. There are some friends I had that supported me until I started actually doing well. Then they saw what was actually possible and money was coming in, and they stopped supporting me and they made fun of me, right? But then there were people that like stayed and pretended that they were still friends with me, even though the whole time they hated me, and they used me from this as well, from the like quick success that I was getting. And I didn't find out till later that I was being used, right? So, throughout this journey, you need to kind of make your circle make it thin, right? You really need to be thinking about the things that you're spending your time on, the people that you're spending your time on, because going out to a friend's house just to hang out or just to chill, and it's 2 hours of your night, like that, you might think in the short term is not a lot, but if your friend's just watching YouTube, or let's say you're smoking, or like you're not even talking about things you'd be talking about, business and success and scaling, I honestly like started to believe, and I still do believe, that it was like a complete waste of energy, time, and space, and my potential, right? And so there are going to be people that even without the purpose, they're not trying to, they're going to be bringing you down. They're going to make you think that going viral on TikTok is hard. They're going to make you think that getting a client to pay you 3K is absurd. And no, is that possible? And they're going to get you to second guess yourself, to where, like, I was at a point where the reason I blew up was because I only had the best people around me, and I was scaling, and I thought that it was like normal to be like scaling as crazy as I was scaling. And then I started hanging out again with normal people, and like, quite frankly, I started to second guess, like, can I do this again? Like, how did I do that? Like, that's not normal. How are people paying me the amount that they are paying me? And I started to go back to this mindset. And it wasn't this person's, they weren't trying to do this on purpose. At least I don't believe so. But there are plenty of people around you like this. I'm sure even watching this right now, you can think of those people that you try and help, and you try and bring those conversations up. But then they end up, like, once again, getting you to second guess it. And you're just trying to help them. And now you're second guessing if it even still works for you. And then you end up saying you want to make content, you go and make content, and then you can't, they can't like make content. And all of a sudden they make you think it's hard to start making content again. It's hard to speak on camera. I do this for a living. Why all of a sudden with this person, like, I am becoming like a normal person again, right? So I think it is very important, especially if you're young, that you need to, like, really, like, I cut out even my family. I left my whole fraternity. I gave a whole speech in front of 100 guys inside of my fraternity. I was the social chair. I was like one of the top guys in my fraternity, and none of them knew it, and I had to give everything up, and I had to tell them, and I had to leave the frat. I left the crypto club that I started. I left the school. I left my mentors there. I left the people that I lived with in that building. Then I made even friends downtown that I added into my business, and I had to leave them too. And my family was telling me no a lot of time. I had to leave them. So, like, when I really hit success was when I was in my apartment, just like solo dolo, and I was online. Like, the best people I found were online, in Discords, in groups like ours, like literally living the same life. And my friends and a lot of the people that I later on had success with were people online. And I can never compare people in person to the people I met online. So I think there's a bad stigma about people online, but I think that, like, if you can rewire yourself to say, I'm giving up everything that doesn't meet this goal of helping other businesses, using AI, becoming the smartest version of myself, and providing valuable services at scale online without prior experience too much, because now it's so simple to do these days in this new world that we live in. You have to be ready to give up everything and give up a lot. But it doesn't necessarily mean, that's why I want to show you in the beginning, the other side of it. It doesn't mean necessarily you're giving up like everything, because there are going to be people that you add into your life and into this experience that really allow you to find that inner purpose and sense. And hopefully I can be that for you guys as well. But yeah, like, even at some point, if you do find that, you might find that it's still creeping around in your life. And I'm telling you, it's gonna hurt. It's not gonna feel good, but like, that needs to be cut out. I'm serious. Like, it really needs to be cut out. Even clients that are paying you, that are giving bad vibes too, like, it needs to be cut out. Like, nothing is worth your sanity or your, like, idea of what's possible, right? So, like, entertain the most amazing ideas you can come up with. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of make this video to show you guys a little bit about what people don't say or talk about. But, there's a fine line between isolation and, like, grinding. So I think it's important to find that middle, but that middle is cutting out everybody that doesn't meet your goals or makes you start to feel like wait, like second guess yourself. Like, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. I will never do this again. That's why even I worry about people bringing people too close to me in my business, because they see a side of me that they end up like kind of just getting comfortable with it, and they lose that drive. And if I'm working with someone like that who's not innovating, creating, pulling out their phone like this, making videos, like doing AI stuff, talking China, post on their stories, like I want to be around people that post and they do it for nobody except to help others. I don't even know, I think I'm just ranting at this point, but hopefully I made this video kind of good for you. There's this stuff that is like still I deal with and I'm facing, that is the reason that I'm not mega successful or even where I want to be at yet. So thank you.